Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogan Monster here, and welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as I like to call it. Hope everybody's having a wonderful week. Great to see everybody in chat. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. So, I am flying solo. One of those nights. It's funny, you get a co-host and you get used to them having somebody by your side or somebody to bounce shit off of, so it's kind of weird. So, Richie Evans, what's up, man? Judy Wheeler, Dawn of the Dead, what's up, man? Rex Hand, good to see you. Sandra Piper, hi. Hey, Judy. Who else is here? I just blew by some. No, I saw Sandy. Ida, how are you? So yeah, guys, anybody wants to pop in tonight, feel free. I'll put the link in chat. You guys want to come and hang out and just bullshit. Mr. Lee, what's happening, man? Hopefully, Michael Haywood, what's up, man? Hopefully I can get Matt to come on if he pops in, Central Florida Bigfoot. I want to throw some ideas at him. See if that happens. Blue, what's up? Blue-eyed Northern. Mopar Bill, what's up, man? So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and bore you. I'm just going to throw the link right in. So and the link is in chat, guys. Anybody wants to use it, feel free. So what's new? Anything? No? It's funny, I was in a chat last night. I was over in Dark Orders because, I don't think really anybody, I don't know anybody over there. So apparently somebody knew me. And you're like, dude, Jeff N was talking smack about you. I'm like, who the fuck is Jeff N? He says, Nadalmi. What the? Like, why would Jeff have anything to say about me? He goes, well, I caught him in chat somewhere, and I said how you guys have a similar cadence. And he goes, yeah, Jeff laughed and goes, huh, but I'm educated. Whatever. I just thought it was funny because then I turned around and said to the guy, I said, you made it when, Jeff Nadalmi's talking shit about you. I just thought it was funny. I don't give a shit. Lewis, what's up, man? Hey, Livewire, what's going on, man? How you doing, Mark? Don C. What did I just see? Ruth Mares, what's up? Welcome. Larry, what's going on? So nada, you brought the family? Right on. The Daily Dan blog, what's up, man? Odami, Jeffrey Nodami, no dummy, not Odami. He said, Nodami, Dogman Encounters. Big Rob, man, what's up? There you go. Thanks for putting that in the link in chat, by the way. Mr. Vaughn, how's it going? Hey, Wesley, it's been a while. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Yeah, so I don't know if Central Florida is going to be around, but I'm gonna try to hook up with him, and because somebody recently mentioned, they were like, "Why don't we do an expedition?" It sounds so goofy calling it an expedition. Let's do an outing. Sounds better. And actually, this was Iron's idea. That's my dog. um, yeah. I got to figure out where, and who, with whom. I don't want to do one of these big, 100 people deals. That's silly. I'd actually like to do a serious, a more serious, get more intense search, if you will. um, shit, between me and Lynn, there's enough equipment in here. We could handle it ourselves. Between night vision and cameras, and we probably got thermal around here too. Yeah. Hey Sharon, I'd like to do it. I don't know if I want to. I want to get out of Florida to do it. Like I'm going to get in touch with Mark. He should be in here soon, probably. Mark Newell, Sawdust Beast. If you guys don't know, and maybe hit LBL, go up that way. Because I would go up that way sooner than I would like around here, because it's just too friggin' hot here. Like I might wait till November or something to do something around here, but up there, I think I would, maybe September. But yeah, who knows? We'll see. Michael Taylor, what's happening? Daniel Lundy, Parkway. That's a new one. Scotty B, what's going on, man? So yeah, if you guys didn't notice, I posted the link in chat, and Big Rob also posted the link in chat. So if you want to, pop on, hang out. Hey, Stevie B, what's up? Hit the link. So if you guys are new here, if there's anybody new here, I do see some new names, and if you're not familiar with the channel, I originally started this channel to meet my friends, and find out, why are you guys here every night, in these genres, as far as the paranormal, Bigfoot, UFOs, and I'm fascinated with some things, and I'm sure you guys are too. That's why, I did this show, is why the fascination. Tell me about yourself. So that's for the new people. Everybody else knows the the deal. Yeah, and we just hang out and bullshit most of the time. So if you're new, you got something to say, and you want to, come on and say hi and introduce yourself, feel free. I'll put the chat again I'll put the link in chat again right now. Patrick, thanks, man. Come on, someone jump in so we can see. That's awesome. Patrick's been on many a time. What's up, Rob? Bigfoot, Michigan Rob in the house. Good to see you, man. Who did I miss? I feel bad when I miss somebody. Jenny, what's up? Soul Hiker. Oh, Soul Hiker, here you go. Right below you in chat, coming up, is a link. Just click on it, follow the directions. They're pretty simple. As long as you have Firefox or Chrome on your phone or your PC or whatever you're using, and decent mic, or mic and you can use a phone, dude. Or do that. Oh no. But yeah, it's pretty simple directions. Blue-eyed Northern. Where are you from, Blue-eyed? I know that Idaho? No. Utah? Somewhere over there. I don't know why I'm asking. I just get these brain farts, and I'm like, oh shit, because it's weird. I usually know where people are from. For no other reason than curiosity. So the other day I went over to this little pond over here, and it's not a pond, it's a canal. And I brought my little scoop net, and I just want to, this is how I think. I set up a 10-gallon tank, and I just go over and scoop a bunch of little fish, tiny fish. I want to see what they grow up to be. When I'm done, back home. Plus, I really enjoy the sound of the fish tank. About half of them died that I put in there. I was right. Do that. How are you?
Hey.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Oh, why am I not hearing? Hold on. Let me get...
This is the first time I ever done this, so I'm like,
there we go.
I can hear you.
Now I can hear you. Apparently I was muted. So how are you? You good?
Yeah.
Where are you coming from?
I'm in Northwest Florida down here. You're in Florida too, but you're like South Florida.
Southwest.
I'm right here by Eglin Air Force Base.
Okay. Very good. So why the fascination? I have to ask. What brings you to the Bigfoot community, or the paranormal world? What's got your curiosity?
I'm not new to it. I just haven't been on for a long time. I used to be over in Yahoo when we all started out in Yahoo.
Very good. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm old.
No. Yeah, geez, I remember Yahoo.
I'm getting some kind of backfeed, like it's lagging. I can kind of hear myself after I hear myself.
Let's solve that right now. All right, that should solve the problem.
Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
that's way better.
Yeah, it was picking up.
Well, I've told a few people my story. I was on the phone with. It's still trying to do it. Why is it doing that?
Do you have YouTube on? Like your volume? Turn your volume off. Except for if you have earphones, use earphones because you're getting an echo on your end.
Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, let me go grab them real quick. Hold on.
No problem.
Hold on.
Take your time. Who else is here? Damn, Ruth, you lost him?
Alrighty, I'm hooking up. Alrighty, there we go.
How's that?
Yeah.
You can hear better now? Good. I hate wearing these things, but So, what was your channel about?
Well, my channel was it was about Bigfoot, paranormal, different things like that. Why is it still? I'm getting feedback still. Hold on.
Hey, baby, give me a kiss real quick.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure this out.
All right, I turned down my volume on my headphones just in case I was.
You're embarrassing. Quit. Oh my gosh. It's like I'm trying to figure this out.
You never know what's going to happen on this show. Which is awesome.
Don't shut the door. I know, right? What do they call that? PDA? Public display of affection.
Yeah.
You do that behind closed doors, okay? Going back.
Okay, let's see. I'm still getting that feedback. It's so weird. Let me try something.
Yeah, I don't know why you would get that. I have my headphones at a minimum, so there's no chance that my microphone will pick it up. Yeah, I shouldn't be from this end. Oh shit.
Yeah, Mike.
Oh, you okay. I thought I muted you.
No, I'm just messing around trying to figure this out.
Okay.
I've been painting my apartment all day and I just am tired. It's late. Fun.
Yeah. I've painted a few things in my time. I think
this is a lot different than Yahoo or Pal Talk.
It's pretty simple though. But I hear you all right. I mean, how does everybody in chat? Does everybody hear her well? Just put a 1 or a whatever, some sort of affirmation.
Hold on.
Thank you, Judy. Oh no, that says Joe.
I'm gonna try to see if it'll.
Right on.
I got a tablet. It might do better on there. I don't know. Let's see. It might do better on there. I don't have.
So you just turned YouTube on there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It might do better on there. I don't have.
You just turned YouTube on there?
Yeah, on the tablet.
Yeah, it might do better on there. I don't have.
Yeah, well, we're getting that echo, so yeah. Hey, Toby, what's up, man? Hey, Meredith, welcome. I think she's going to switch over to her tablet. Good. I can take these damn things off for a second. Yeah, no, I'm glad. I hope she does come back because I'm really interested in see what she has to say. And hopefully you guys are too. Hey, Louie, your old lady's looking for you. Did she find you yet? Hey, Karen. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Matt did make it. What's up, Matt? On the phone. So Matt really didn't make it, actually. He's lurking. So Soul Hiker, are you going to come back on? I mean, I heard you, and I think that you might have been getting a little feedback. I don't know why. Everybody in chat seemed to hear you fine. So if you want to give it a go and suffer through a little bit of feedback, or if you can figure it out, I mean, you know how to get in touch. I'm not going anywhere for hour and a half. It's gonna be a long hour and a half. Okay. Link. The link is in chat. Yeah, so the link's in chat, guys. What is going on in chat? Oh, okay, so I put it. Yeah, I just said that. Never mind. Everybody else, you guys can use the chat, the link too. So, just saying. But I get it. So Matt, let's see if you're still on the phone. I want to do an expedition, Matt. I want to go hang out. So there we go.
Does it sound better now?
Oh, it sounded fine. You were having the difficulty on your end. It seemed you were having an echo. But yeah, no, it sounds good. What has Ruth said? For your information, I'm looking for Blue Island. I'm trying to find a home for him. Any takers? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Come on now. That's funny. So what's on your mind tonight?
I think I'm still getting feedback.
I don't know what to do for you there. I mean, everybody hears you fine. We hear you fine. We're not getting an echo, so it's not affecting the audio here. I don't know what you're hearing.
Okay, I'll just go with it, and then I'll just keep it at that. Yeah. Growing up, I was always called a weird child, and I just had a lot of different experiences as a child because my mom was basically one of those parents that believed in raising children like they were feral. And she didn't believe in letting kids be in the house underfoot, and she basically would be like, go play in the woods.
Wow.
But my mama's the same way. She was raised that way too. She's from McKenzie, Alabama. I was born in Andalusia, so it was kind of like a normal part of life.
I've been to Andalusia.
Oh, cool.
I spent a little time in Dozier.
Oh, cool! I got a friend in Dozier, Alabama, that I've been out a few times to visit. Awesome. I love Dozier. It's not, yeah.
Okay, so obviously you spent a lot of time in the woods when you were younger.
Yeah. When I was about
You don't have to wait.
I was getting some feedback. When I was about 5 or 7, I had an out-of-body experience, and
oh, wow.
I found myself floating above the trees, and there was like this hazy light around me. So I was thinking it was a dream, but I never woke up from the dream. I remember I wasn't even in my bed. I wasn't even, I really was having this experience. I know now as an adult that I was having the experience and that it really did happen. But, this, somehow was connected with my experience with nature, but I believe it was, more UFO that time than it was Bigfoot. But I had experiences with Bigfoot as a child. Me and my brothers would make forts, go out in the woods, and I heard tree knocks, I heard whoops, I heard voices in the woods. Me and my brothers did growing up, and we heard like laughter. It was like we thought it was other kids, maybe neighborhood kids or anything, and we didn't really have that many neighbors, but I just never really thought anything of it or anything like that, because I loved animals and anything nature. Like today, I'm not even scared of Bigfoot. I know some people say that they think Bigfoot is violent or like something's going to happen to them and they want to go out in the woods with a weapon. The only other thing I would be worried about out in the woods by myself would be another human, like one that has like maybe a mental illness disorder that I would have to be afraid of. I'm not afraid of Bigfoot.
Have you had a sighting?
Yes. When I was probably, I would say, but I was about 8 or 10, and I saw the man in the woods. And I called him a hairy man, and I told my mom about it, and she said that it was actually for sure it was just a bear. It could have been a bear, it could have been another animal. But it was not a very long sighting. I just seen him walking through the woods. He didn't come up to me. He didn't bother me. He didn't stop to look at me. He knew I was there. He just was walking through the woods, and I knew it wasn't a human because he was big, and I knew it wasn't a bear. But my mom tried to taught me, it had to be a bear. It has to just be a bear. So I just, being that young, I kind of just started it. I didn't think about it anymore at that age. After, my mom was like, it was probably a bear, and I was like, well, okay. And I just put it in the back of my head that it was a bear. So I just, didn't think of it anymore. We just went on, me and my brothers playing and building our forts and, going down to the creek. But we still heard the whoops and like I said, the tree knocks. I mean, one time, me and my brothers had something throwing stuff at us. We thought it was like some neighborhood kids maybe smoking the woods, trying to play a trick on us. But as I became an adult and I looked back on all this stuff, I know that's not true. I know it was a Bigfoot. So when we moved to the city, we were back and forth from the city because my dad's from El Paso, Texas. And we would go camping. I don't know if you've ever heard of a place in New Mexico called the Gila National Forest.
No, I've heard of it though.
Silver City. Yes. When I was probably about 15, I think, or something like that. We had went back to the Gila, and we camped for a few nights there, and we would hear. We kept hearing a noise going, ooh, ooh, but it was like more of a ooh, I don't know how to explain it. I go, ooh, and my mom was like, that's just some kind of a bird. Like she would just say, that's some kind of a strange bird. But I never heard a bird like that. Being in the woods as a kid all my life, climbing trees, I never heard of a bird making that kind of a noise. I've heard whippoorwills. I know what a whippoorwill sounds like.
Oh,
I
if
know
you've
what an
spent that
owl
much
sounds
time
like.
out there, you know your birds.
Yeah.
You know your birds.
So,
and I don't mean to stop you. I actually want to go back to the outer body experience when you were 7 or 8. Was there something that triggered that? Was there a traumatic experience, or I mean, how did that come about?
It's going to be crazy to talk about this in public, but something did happen that triggered that. It was a negative thing that happened to me.
Okay. That's fine. That's all you have to say.
I'm not going to
okay.
say who or what, but it was by an adult in the family.
I get it. No, because at 13, I had an outer body experience. So I was curious what triggered it. And mine was it was a traumatic event. It was an injury, a fall, but I had an outer body experience. So it's interesting to hear somebody else's story when they, that you floated above the trees and everything. I get it. I kind of like, I was on my hand. I had an accident where it wasn't an accident. I did it on purpose. I slid down a water slide, like a rock water slide. It was in the woods. And when I landed in the squatting position, but it was like my soul or my spirit kept going. So it was like I landed, my body stopped, and my spirit kind of tumbled out of me. Because for like 2 seconds, I was on my hands and knees about, 10 feet away from myself, looking at myself, on my, in that squatting position. But I was on my hands and knees it was good I'd say 2 seconds. And then it was, I came back to myself. But when I hear out of body experiences, I kind of piques my curiosity. So I didn't mean to cut you off on your Bigfoot stuff, but I was curious about that. So you can go on about your Bigfoot stories. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for this lagging to stop. It's just, it keeps going back and forth, with me hearing myself again and I'm hearing you twice. It's hard to keep
The only way that would happen is if you have YouTube on and the volume is up. Like if you're on, you're with me here on StreamYard, but if you have YouTube on something else and the volume's on, you're going to get that echo. And you should just turn it off. Excuse me.
Okay, let me go. What I'm going to do is I can listen to myself through here probably.
Right now, you sound great.
I went ahead and turned off my mic.
A minute ago, you sounded a little garbled, but that you sound good.
Is that good now? Oh, great. Okay, good. I don't have to hear myself anymore. I see what you're saying. I just bought this tablet and I didn't know exactly where to go to turn off the volume.
No worries.
This is perfect now. Yeah. So when that happened to me, that traumatic event by a family member, I was already one of those real spiritual kids from I was like 3 years old. I was laying under a pecan tree at my granny's in Andalusia, Alabama. And I looked up and I saw like a circle of sphere around the sun. And I said, oh, there's God. I was just always very eccentric, very in touch with God, nature, creation. But that's because I believe my heritage. I was always very in tune with like the plants and the animals and everything. My great grandfather on my you wouldn't think it because you might can tell because of my round face, but my grandmother, her father's full-blooded Apache Indian. So from a child, even being real little, I just was always very had strange experiences, very in tune with nature. And I even have people today, they'll tell me, why do you go to the woods at night? Aren't you afraid? No. I still go to the woods at night. Well, I haven't in a while because it's hot and my knee has been bothering me, but I don't think Bigfoot is a threat. I hear people saying, I had an experience with him. He yelled at me, roared at me, whatever, made a noise. I felt like, he didn't want me to be there, or he was, but to me, that could be a warning. I'm thinking it's more of, no, he's trying to scare you so you can leave out of the area because there's like maybe a rattlesnake or a bobcat, a wild animal that is, to keep you from getting attacked or something like that.
Or he doesn't want you in the woods.
Because, yeah, I mean, there's animals in the wild, like around here, the bobcats, and so you got to be careful with, when you're out there. So I would be more concerned with them than Bigfoot, because I always believed that he was a protector of the woods, that he was part of the spiritual part of nature, part of what keeps the balance of nature.
Well, some say he's supposed to be the protector of the forest,
Yeah, that's what I feel like, because I've never, even my experiences with, that's probably why as a child I wasn't scared of hearing all those noises. Or, there was a time me and my brother found like the sticks that you see in the trees, and we just crawled under it. We crawled under there and we put like leaves around it. We're like, this is like almost already self-made fort. This is so cool. And we just like reinforced it and like got in there. So I've always seen these things, just didn't know until I became an adult and started, listening about the Bigfoot community, that, wow, this was one of their shelters that they had made. And, we just,
it's kind of crazy to reflect on that, huh? And realize that as an adult, like what you were playing as a kid. That's just pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, it just makes you be like, it almost like is nostalgic, and it makes you think you're in a Lord of the Rings or Hobbit movie. It's the feeling of it. So, there was a lot of things in my childhood too. I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, when they would try to get rid of mosquitoes, they would bomb. It wasn't like they have now where the back of the truck just spews out, this stuff. They would bomb the whole town, and it would be like this thick fog, and they would say, don't go outside. And it would be this real thick haze of just
poison.
Whatever that chemical was, a poison. And it looked like it was fog outside, and it was horrible. I got really ill from that as a child. I ended up with double pneumonia and almost died. They had to send me to the hospital, and they had to put me in like the tub with ice to get your fever down. Back then they would stick you in ice. I don't think they do that no more. But back in the day, they stuck you in ice, and then they had to put me in the oxygen tank. And I keep thinking to myself, what have we done to Bigfoot? Because I know if they were doing that to and this was in Andalusia, Alabama.
Sure.
I can only imagine what, the stuff that Bigfoot had, what he's had to go through, his wife, they have, the juveniles, the children, what this has done to them. And no wonder they don't want to be found. No wonder they don't want to be seen by us or to get to have anything to do with us. I don't even want nothing to do with people most of the time. And I'm a person.
We're a brutal species. We're a violent species, and I don't blame them. We don't understand something. We don't know what something is. Our first reaction is to kill it.
We're bombing our own self with chemicals. We're, the stuff that we do. And so, as years went on, and, I got married real young. That's how we do it if you're from Alabama. I was like 16 when I got married the first time. So I've always been raising kids. I'm only 45 and I'm a grandmother. I'm 45 years old and I'm a grandmother. Isn't that crazy?
I'm 53 and I just became a grandfather a year ago. So, Dusty, what's up, man?
Congratulations.
How you doing? Man?
Hey,
my
Dusty.
first time coming back over here since that love raid you got during New Year's, man.
My first time to be doing this.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, that Bigfoot theory I threw out there, man, would explain a lot of different things we find around the earth. That's like the hammers and things in deep parts of the earth and embedded in rock, spark plugs, things of that nature. If we're getting bombarded like through some type of time displacement and we're just not aware of it, kind of like the particles of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know much.
It makes you wonder about like when they find a hammer that's embedded in rock. That's how old was it?
Millions.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I just thought I'd throw that up there, man. I didn't know if it was an open invitation, so I appreciate you having me up here, man.
Absolutely. Anybody's welcome.
Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah, we just we just hang out and anybody's welcome, and it's pretty informal. So it seems to work that way.
Right. Well, I'm a truck driver. I just came off the road a couple months ago. Going to sit home for a while. I was always up in Bigfoot territory, where they profited the most from the character, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Oregon, Washington. Yeah.
So are you over the road?
I was a team with my wife, so we're home now.
On.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
8 years in a confined space, man. I'm stretching my arms in a double wide. No.
Hey, and thank you for being a trucker, because if it's on your table or if it's in your house, basically you got there by a trucker, folks. So thanks, man.
Yeah, we're all in this together.
Absolutely. So where are you, man?
Oh, I'm in Florida, man.
Oh, you're down here? Right on.
Yeah, man.
Where?
Well, cool. That's awesome.
I'm in between Gainesville and St. Augustine.
Right on.
South of Jacksonville.
Very good. So you're over on the East Coast.
Yeah, yeah. That's where I'd hang out.
Yeah. It's a Florida kind of day.
Oh man, 100 degrees today, man.
Yeah.
It was brutal, man.
Oh, it's so hot. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm down here by Cape Coral, and it was. I got to get used to humidity. I came here from Arizona, man, so a little drier.
Yeah, I've been in Arizona a lot, down to Yuma and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the sunniest place
I'm just a
on
hop
earth.
skipping away from Destin.
Right on. Yeah, I'm originally from north, Jersey.
Right. Well, this time of the year, us Floridians, I'm born and raised here, so
Right on.
we go to the springs, man. This is the time of the year we celebrate and go to the springs in the Ocala National Forest, all the way to south, man.
Yeah, I
Fresh
heard a
waters.
lot. I heard
The
a lot
springs I
about
go
the
to, Ponce
springs.
de Leon, Vortex, and Morrison.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's some. I saw pictures of them. I'm looking forward to actually seeing them and hopping in.
Man, the pictures do it no justice. I've got a video. If you ever want to go check me out, check my video out, man. I've got one at the springs and the Ocala National Forest, 72 degrees, crystal clear water, and you can swim up to the school of fish, big fish too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the pictures
And
do
what's
it no
cool about
justice.
Morrison Springs and Vortex is they have the divers that go in the caves. You can watch them.
Yep.
That's cool because you know damn well I'm going there with underwater camera.
Well, I got you a real good theory here for Ponce de Leon, man. They were looking for the fountain of youth, and what happened was they got the Florida all dirty, grungy, been on the ocean, sweating, salty. They hit that spring water, they felt youthful.
Oh yeah.
What's your channel?
Oh, Dusty Data.
That's it, just Dusty Data. Right on.
Yeah, I'm the host of Prepperty game show.
Prepperty, right
Yeah,
on, man. I have to check it out. Is it like prepper questions or what? I mean, do you actually?
Yep, Jeopardy based. We have it set up for 3 people to come on. I host, my daughter co-host. We have the whole Jeopardy set up. We put you on here like on StreamYard, and big windows, all the questions so you can see it, blow it up, everything.
That is awesome.
I'm no Alex Trebek though, I'll tell you.
No, bro, but just to go with something that's and call it Prepperty. That's see, I'd be awesome on Jeopardy because I am just a ton of useless information.
Would you like a Prepperty question?
Sure.
All right. How much water would you need to use to feed a family of 4 for a day in your crops? How much water would you need?
And your crops?
In your crops only.
It would depend on how bad your crop is, though. Like,
the answer would be 6,800 gallons
in a day
for a day's worth of food.
Oh, okay. Didn't
I don't know. Not for me. I'm from Alabama. We just go to the river and get us some river eels, river mussels, and some fish, and that's pretty much what we survive off of.
Right. Well, we got shrimping season coming up in our town.
I don't know if y'all have ever ate any river eels, but they good eating.
I've had eel like once. I've caught them when I was a kid, but I don't think I ever ate them when I was a kid.
They're a little tough, but not too bad.
Well, it's actually blue crab season right now.
Because I made a mistake one time and I didn't clean them out, and I had sand all in my mouth.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Tell me about the blue crabs. Now we're talking my language.
Right, but they don't get very big. But you can catch them in the river all the way down to Titusville. Mm-hmm. They have a cannery down there. You can sell your extra. But if you don't have a commercial license, I think you're allowed 10 traps per individual citizen.
I think it might be 5. I think it's 5.
It could have changed over the years. It's been a while since I've been crabbing, though.
Yeah, I know you have to register. Well, I guess it depends on if you're using the bigger traps, like you're going to throw a buoy out and let it sit out. Those have to be registered, like your name and all this shit has to be on it. And you get, your ID number, whatever. Yeah. But I've been just using, and I haven't caught anything yet. I only tried it once. It's just like a drop net, not a drop crab trap, a little basket. That and I grew up using drop lines, just,
Oh, yeah.
Piece of chicken on a string.
I should go down to the docks here tomorrow night and post it. They're actually throwing them cast nets off the docks right now, catching shrimp.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And you get the blue crabs too. You can keep anything that's not a game fish too, like a mullet or a catfish. So you keep those.
Right on.
You near St. John's River?
No, I'm over. Oh, she might be.
Anybody, man. You go to St. John's River is where all this is taking place because it's tidal. Goes out.
I'm over here by Blackwater State Forest.
Yeah, that would take me a couple hours to get up that way.
I'm gonna tell y'all something though. When I was living in Mariana, I was between Mariana and Panama City. It's called Silver Lake area. I had another Bigfoot experience there that was kind of freaky. So that was something right there. And come to find out, there's been sightings, out in that area also.
We call him the Barden Booger.
Oh, really?
I kid you not. That's the town name for the folklore of our town, which I guess would be Swamp Ape for Florida, but we call him the Barden Booger.
Yeah, Swamp Ape.
Why did I just... As a matter of fact, I just read that today.
Really?
Is that in Weird Florida? That story, that fact? You know, Mark Moran and whatever, Mark something else, they put out this book, Weird New Jersey, Weird US, Weird Florida. I just read that today.
Oh, really? That's neat to know.
About that Barden beast or what booger. Yeah.
Yeah, Barden Booger.
Yeah.
We gotta realize Florida, man, you gotta take it back a notch a little bit. Some places are a little bit still got the overalls, the cars from the 1940s in the backyard still rusting.
The banjo's playing in the background.
I kid you not. I walked into the convenience store. I was hot and sweaty. I used to do above ground swimming pools. That was what I did for a job. So I would install them. And I went into this country store, and I was actually doing the job in Barden. And the poor old man that owned the store said, "You're not going to rob me, are you?" And I'm like, "No, sir. I'm sorry if I look that offensive. No, I just got robbed yesterday and this morning." And I'm like, "Okay, man, we need to get out of here.
We're in the wrong neighborhood." That's terrible. Sharon just said that's where Donnie with Standing Goats Rescue has his encounter. Where was that, Sharon? Oops. Sorry. Hey, Bat Mom. Wonder Woman, hello. Good to see you, Kathy.
Did Sharon say where it was at?
I'm still waiting to see if it pops up.
Yeah, let me know. I don't see anything anyone's saying right now. So.
Well, as a matter of fact, I think Donnie is over on the Panhandle. I believe he's over that way.
Well, just
Sharon,
put it this way. That the Bigfoot that came up into the property when I was living off of Lake Silver took one of my cats.
Oh, wow.
Now, has anybody ever said that he was a vegetarian, or has that been reported?
No.
I was just talking to somebody about that one too. Something about Sasquatch being a vegan, and it was like, yeah, I doubt it.
I doubt it too, because where we were living around that lake, it got real hot, and you hardly saw. There's no way that you could grow any fruit. It was so dry and hot. And when it took my cat that night, it had to have been hungry because it came right up in the property. It was standing right outside my window. You could smell that smell come through my air conditioner. We had a window unit. And as soon as I said, "Oh my God," I told my daughter, "I think there's a Bigfoot outside." He grabbed my cat, and my cat went, "Woo!" And these things have to run fast, because I could hear my cat hollering all the way. I mean, it didn't take him long. He was like already, as far as you can get away. And what was funny was the dogs we had put the dogs out. They wouldn't even come off the porch. So And what was
That's a
interesting
common
is
occurrence.
I had a cousin that had been staying with me, and she's a little cuckoo, you know, maybe smoke a little bit too, something. I don't know. I didn't believe her at the time. But before I had my encounter and before we told her, you know, you have to move, you know, she caused some problems. She would tell me, she'd come inside, do you see that? She's like, Amy, I see eyes in over there by those bushes shining. And she was seeing eyes shine.
How high up? Any idea?
I'm thinking she's trying to get me to go out. She's freaking me out. I'm like, she's like, really, the way she was acting, she's scary. Something's outside, you know, and so now I look back on it. I'm like, okay, she wasn't lying. There was something there. She did really see that because it took my cat. So, and it was a Bigfoot. I'm 100% sure because that smell came through the AC unit, the window unit. We had window units. And it just was a foul odor, like a wet dog. And it was kind of big, whatever was out there. It was kind of like one of those things I knew, and I didn't want to look out the window. I was too scared. And then I heard my cat. But the dogs, I could not get the dogs to go off the porch to go use the bathroom. We could not get the dogs to go outside that night. We had to bring them back in, and hopefully it was like, well, if they pee or poop, we'll just clean it up. They would not go out. They would not go out.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I hear that so often, and any story that there's a dog involved, the human's going one way, the dog's going the other, usually. And I'm sorry about your cat. That's terrible. So what else is going on here in chat? Guys, in chat, go ahead. Sorry.
Is it Mongolian monster? Is that how you say it? Okay.
It's Mogion.
Okay.
Or sometimes they'll say Mugion.
Okay.
But I always pronounce it Mogion. And it's Arizona's Bigfoot, just like the Barden Booger. It's Arizona's Bigfoot.
I've been all out in Arizona. You ever seen the shoe tree?
The shoe tree.
Yes, a tree out in the middle of nowhere with just shoes all thrown on it, on every limb. Really? It burned down, and then they put up a fence, and then they redid it. It's out in the middle of nowhere, kind of where they kind of went around Route 66 and made a new road out of it and chopped it up. That's where it ends up on 66 up there.
So it's northern Arizona.
Yeah. Well, back way.
Sure.
So, well, I just wanted to stop by, man, and just throw a word in.
No, thank you so much, man. Anytime. You know where to find us.
Nice to meet you.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, Tuesdays is 10 p.m. and Eastern, and 11 on Thursdays. So thanks for stopping in, man. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Check me out, man, you guys.
Absolutely.
Hey, you have a good night.
You too,
have
man.
A good night.
Thank you. So, guys, Dusty Data, go check out his channel. It sounds like it's more than just prepping. Yeah, he was part of that room raid, I guess, that one day. That was pretty cool. At one time, there were, what do we have now? We have like 72 watching there. I think there were over like 250 that popped in in like a minute. Came in.
They probably got tired of hearing about my story. They're probably like, just kidding.
No. So yeah, that was nice of them to stop in. Thanks again, dude. So what else?
A lot of paranormal stuff has happened in my life. I like to go to cemeteries in the night in the dark.
I love cemeteries.
Me too. I love going. One cemetery I used to love to go sit in at night was in Graceville, Florida. And it's just a really beautiful cemetery. And I like to, I feel more comfortable around the dead for some reason.
Because they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to you've probably been there too, that one little cemetery in Montgomery. There's a special grave up there. Hank
I
Williams
don't
Sr.
know. I may have. I did travel to what was the name of that little town? It's in Alabama too. It's the dancing great. It's the man, they buried him. He used to be, it's the ghost of the dancing man. He used to dance when he was alive, so they buried him above ground so he would dance in the afterlife.
Oh wow.
And I would go sit out there hoping to see him, his orbs, or see him. I'm trying to remember the name of that little town in Alabama. And you know those big trees that have like all the limbs that go differently and they grow real big and you can like climb on the limb and hang out on it and everything. One of those, that's out there too by that cemetery.
Yeah, I just saw a whole bunch of those. What kind of trees are those?
I don't remember the name of them now.
Yeah, when I was on the expedition,
I don't know about Crystal Indian River mounds, but I do know about Native American mounds. And we have one here in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, right off of 98. And people go there. There's a museum, you know, it's the mound. I won't go there. I was told through my heritage, never disrespect. If you know it's a Native American burial site or a mountain, just don't go there. So I don't even go to those because it's, you know, from my heritage, it's very disrespectful to go, you know, do that.
Sure.
And they say if you do that, you could get some really bad luck coming on you if you do it knowingly.
I believe it.
Me too.
I believe that 100%. I think that contributed to some of my luck in the past. You know, I removed something from a site, and it was a crystal.
Oh.
It was a crystal at an Indian ruin, and somebody had left it, and I took it, but I didn't take it back to Jersey. Before I left for Jersey, I gave it to my dad. I said, do me a favor and return this. I don't know if he ever returned it, but you know, I don't, like, I've gone to Indian ruins, other Indian ruins in Arizona, where you would find tons of pottery shards. I'll pick it up, I'll look at it, but I don't take it. I don't take anything off of any sites anymore. I mean, I only did it the once, and I just have a feeling, you know, it was a mistake. But yeah, there's
my brother, he always gets those arrowheads and goes hunting for arrowheads. We used to do that when we were young, but
it's a little different. I think if you know, I don't think you're going to be looking for arrowheads in it.
I think it was different too because of the Indian wars. You had different tribes and different. I mean, it was there. You don't know what's from who or what. They're everywhere. You know, I mean, just scattered. You know, and there's some places it's illegal to you know, remove them from some places. You can get put in jail for it.
Really?
Get a fine.
Well, there's I don't know about those mounds. They're probably Calusa mounds. We have them here, and also actually the whole state of Florida. You know, the Calusa Indians were the shit in the day, but then, you know, they got with the other tribes and stuff, like you said, the Indian Wars, and eventually the Calusas got basically run out, or they left in the 1800s. Was it the 18? Like the last tribes, people left.
Yeah,
Florida.
I know.
They ended up going to like Cuba.
Most of the Seminoles aren't Seminole. They sent them from the Creek Nation to replace the ones they had to, you know. Yeah, so it's it's just like you just never know, like my mother said that on her side of the family that they know there's Cherokee, but I believe it because we grew up with home remedies that only would come from Cherokee Nation. We didn't go to, the only time I went to the doctor as a kid was when I almost died. But any other time, if you got a cold or you got sick, it was home remedies. My mom would make us rabbit tobacco tea, or make us smoke rabbit tobacco, or make us eat Indian. We called it Indian grass. It grows all over Alabama. It's tall, and it's got these red little, tall and green, and we'd chew on the grass, and those little purple flowers that grow everywhere, the little tiny ones that grow all over. We used to eat those.
For what? For like if you got a fever or something? They
would tell us the flowers are good for you. They're like vitamins. They're just good for you, for your immune system. Yeah. And we would eat wild berries. And so I learned a lot about the herbs and growing up. And, so me and my brothers, we didn't even go to the house to get a snack. We stayed in the woods all day and ate mushrooms and grass. I tell everyone that we were grass fed, like they do the grass fed
cattle. I bet you ate better than most.
Yeah, when we didn't get a lot of sugar and snacks and stuff like that. So
yeah, there's a lot
we
of
didn't even have running
sugar
water
and fruit alone.
So we used the bathroom in the woods most of the time. The outhouse stunk so bad I didn't like it because flies would get in there. I would just go to the woods behind a tree. But
so Florida Bigfoot says this is looking like a Florida chat.
Yeah, but there's a lot to the Native Americans in Florida, the Sasquatch in Florida, paranormal activity in Florida, UFOs in Florida. If you name it, it's here. It's in Florida.
Oh yeah, and I'm looking at a name right now, Stevie B. She had a UFO here, experience here in Florida, on the beach at the ocean. I mean, there's tons of stuff going on down here. It's crazy. Even Judy just said there's a lot in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Remiel, how are you?
If anyone comes to Florida and says they're bored,
it must
not be doing something right.
It's your own fault. Yeah, there are some weird things, like the Coral Castle. The guy built that whole sort of castle thing out of coral, and there's balancing doors and stuff. That weird Florida book is pretty cool. I left it in my bedroom. I should have, if I'd known. And there's some cool, just stupid little things that you're like, well, that's an interesting fact, or yeah, Lynn picked it up for like $2.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
But I enjoy all my experiences I've had. I know a lot of people say that they had these experiences and it scared them to death and they didn't know how to feel and they just, it messed them up. But see, I think because I was basically raised in the woods and just like a feral, animal myself, I don't have that fear. I have like a fearlessness of it. Like, I don't, and two, I do have a higher power. I do believe in God. I believe, that I have Christ watching over me. So I don't really have that fear. Like, I'm like, well, I know if something happens to me and where I'm going, I know so I don't really have to be afraid of going into the woods because I just don't, some of the stuff I've done in my life that should have killed me that I did to my own self, like drinking too much, messing around with stuff I shouldn't have messed around with. You know, getting in situations where almost got me killed is a lot more worse than going in the woods looking for Bigfoot. I can tell you that. And, you know, God has protected me through, you know, he protected me through all that. So I don't have to worry about whether I'm going to be attacked by Bigfoot, you know. So that,
you know
the
what?
way that I feel about it is.
I agree, you know, because I don't go into I don't go into the woods afraid. I'm not afraid to go into the woods. I'm sure at some point there will be a time for me to, you know, when I will be afraid, but it's not going to keep me out of the woods. It might chase me out of the woods, but it's not going to keep me out of the woods, you know. So it's funny, and I do go in believing that I am armored up with God. So, you know, I do. So
me too, and I think that makes a big difference. And my luck, though, as I have a thyroid issue, and I'm getting older. I've gained weight, and I have a bad back and a bad knee. My luck is if I try to run after these things, I'll probably get twirled up in some barbed wire or something like that, and end up killing my own self. So
let's
they'll
not
be
even
like,
put
what
that
happened
out
to
there.
her? Well, she kind of just died. You know, she got wrapped up in barbed wire and, you know, just laid there for 3 days and no one could find her.
She's hanging out up.
That would be my luck. Hey, Pearls.
What's up, Pearls? Long time no see.
Well, hey, I've been listening tonight. Very interesting. And the place you mentioned down in Florida, Coral Gables.
No, there's a. It's called the Coral. Is it in Coral Gable? What I'm talking about?
I thought it was Coral Gables. I really did. And there's a lot of stones, and it's like a castle. And,
yeah, the guy made it out of coral.
Yeah, and how he made it is almost impossible. They still don't know how he made it. You know, I mean, they do suspect he was an extraterrestrial, you know.
Well, because he made this huge, what was it, door that balanced it. I mean, it was like perfectly balanced. What's up, Stevie?
Well, hello. How's everybody doing? Miss Pearl,
good.
Thank you. I see you saw my message there in chat.
I took the bait, Stevie.
Good.
I saw that in there. I was like, no, come on.
I was waiting. I was waiting.
She baited me, and I took it hook, line, and sinker, Mom.
You took it pretty quick too. No hesitation.
No, that was
like,
that
right
was pretty
on.
quick. I saw that in there, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, there she is.
Right. I said the same thing.
I was just waiting on you to
there
show
she is. I said the same thing. I was like, oh, there she is. Let me jump on. I keep my word always.
I figured if she said, I'll go on if you'll go on, I knew my butt, no matter how I looked tonight, I was going to come on just so Stevie come on. I'm a fan of Stevie. I admire her courage and her bravery in life. And she just has a bright and shining personality.
Y'all making me blush.
Listen to all your life and nature, and listening to some of your life's experiences. I can relate. I've had a paranormal life and somewhat indigenous myself, and it just seems like second nature to be perceptive. You know.
I want to say hi to Miss Nature Spirit Soul Hiker. I've seen you in chat. It's good to see you. It's so nice to put a face to a name. It's pretty cool. It's good to see you.
It's interesting though, to have those experiences, but to be able to share them with other people who have had those experiences. You know, you're not crazy then.
Yeah,
but it's not even being crazy. It's having people that understand you and will support you and not ridicule you, and that's the important thing, is having support.
Yes, absolutely, and feeling comfortable telling your story and not being judged and ridiculed.
I even believe I've had a UFO abduction experience, and my family just totally calls me crazy. They think I've, lost my mind, and I'm serious about this stuff. And I'm like, well, I live on the spiritual, paranormal side of life. y'all don't. So, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like, I feel like people are made differently than other people.
I think people
feel
are
like,
open. More people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, hon. I was just going to say, I think some people are more open to.
Yeah, I think it's our energy or something, or like when you're born, something happened when you were born. And then, like, from a young age, I believed in God. No one had to, like, tell me there was a God.
That's unusual, which to me is it's like you're remembering something. You know, you brought something back with you when you were born. You were reincarnated or something, where you brought something back with you with that belief in God, because it's not. It's something that's taught. It's not. You know, you're not born with it. So if you were, somebody goofed along the way. You know, there's movies about that shit. You know, you might have been.
There's actual science about at the moment of conception of a human embryo, there is an electromagnetic, there is a light, there is an impulse, there is a spark of life.
Right.
Yeah. You know. But you know, some people are perceptive, they pick up on things, yes, nature, and some just don't, you know. Indigenous, there's something about indigenous heritage, you know, it just travels through the bloodlines, through the generations, you know, and so there, and when I say indigenous, that's not just Native American, that's called indigenous to the earth. All our predecessors, whether you're French, Spanish, Scott, Irish, you know, you could have Druid descent. I mean, you know, you don't know all your predecessors before you. And yeah, I often wonder if souls, you know, are rechanneled into the relatives of the present, you know, when you know, who knows what the maker does, you know.
I think he has a very good sense of humor. I really do.
Oh yeah.
That's for sure.
Judy says, yeah, Trey being a Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius. I feel you. Oh yeah, I always say, if you want to hear God laugh, just tell him your plans.
Yeah.
All right, Anna.
Yeah, y'all are making me want to break out some meditation over here. Break out my sage.
That was more like a calling.
That's I can't find my sage bundle.
Yeah.
My sludge bundle.
Mine's all the way on the other side of the house.
No, I don't know if the one I had was kind of small. I don't know if it made it with me to Florida. Lynn just picked up a couple the other day, but they're blue sage. I gotta go find I need a white sage.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Moggs.
I think it was Pearls that was talking earlier about the mixing of the indigenous. I also have some Hispanic too. And a lot of Hispanics they're mixed with Native Americans, so.
And or South American, and or
Asian too.
Or mixed into the Aborigines of Australia, possibly as well. I mean, you know, so indigenous. Yeah, we're all indigenous to the earth, no matter where we come from.
Joe.
Yeah. That was very nice flute playing. Well, I don't know if any of you have ever tried to pick up a wooden flute and try and play it. It is no easy feat to make one sound and have pure note and be crisp, you know, and Creator usually works through people, you know, and that's a gift.
I have this little tiny flute here. I was playing some songs on it the other day, but I didn't. You know, I was gonna buy one of the ones that have the actual mouthpiece, but I like this one because I can just do my little. It's just a little cheapo one that's like $30. The other ones are like $100, but I like it because I can. It's just a little bamboo one, and I just can play whatever I want on it and just kind of meditate myself and just do a little like. Let me move this. I just do a little thingy here. I don't really. I'm not a flute player. I just like to set my vibration, my energy. You know, you got to get yourself ready, you know, and to get a good energy coming in, and so and to de-stress and stuff. And I just kind of like.
Yeah.
Something like that, that's real calming and smooth, soothing, and you got your.
Flute, it has a really good tune to it. That whole sound is a really mellow.
Yeah, this one is a really nice one. The way he made it is handmade, and so yeah. I had to blow through a lot of them to get the right one that I wanted. Some of them are higher, real high pitch, and I wanted one that would go like a lower because my ears, I can't handle I'm getting older and I got that thyroid thing, and I can't handle no real high pitched noises or anything like that. So, but it's just getting and I think that when you're in the woods, I think it depends on who is in the woods. When Bigfoot is in the air, or you're in the woods in an area where Bigfoot is at, and he knows why you're there and what you're there for, as to whether or not you're gonna get any encounter, or anything.
Well, they already know what their intentions are too.
If we can pick up on, like, humans, just a human can pick up on someone, I can tell you guys are cool, your vibe, your energy, like you're like my type of tribe, but I can't be around a lot of people because it's like, I don't, just there's certain people, and I think, if we have that inside of us, Bigfoot does. He can tell if somebody's, good energy, bad energy, I mean, these beings are way more, I think, intellectual than we are, and, way more. I mean, just because we can read and write does not mean we know nothing. I mean, you can read and write and have a college education and still be dumb. That's how I feel.
But reading and writing is just another form of communication. It's just another language.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't make us smarter.
Well, and I'm pretty sure that they have their own way of healing, their own, using nature. Like when we were a kid, my mama would say, go smoke some rabbit tobacco. You got a cold, and we'd smoke rabbit tobacco and we wouldn't have no cold no more. So a big Sasquatch is probably out there smoking some rabbit tobacco too. So
good medicine.
Looking for a light. Who's got a light? Can't smoke this without a light.
Sorry guys. I hit the wrong button trying to find chat on my phone.
I've never done that before.
Welcome
back. Happens to us all, I'm sure.
Happens to me on a daily basis. Oops.
But I do think, like I said, in survival cases, like, us, when the Bigfoot came and got my cat, he needed to get the cat. He had to have something to eat. It was like July, one of the hottest months in Florida, so.
I just think they don't like cats.
I don't hold it against them, if I was starving to death, I'd eat a cat too if I had to, honestly, if you want to know the truth. And I grew up eating squirrels. My uncle would make rabbit stew, squirrel stew. We'd eat snake. I mean, whatever our family could. We're kind of like wild people ourselves.
Well, that's just indigenous of the earth. We live on the earth. We survive by way of the earth. You know, that's just natural.
Yeah.
It's just natural, just
And
surviving. And what you said about the sunshine, you know, as a pulse thing, you said something about a pulse. Okay, the pulsing sunshine, and I have a vision that goes back to when I was
the
5 and
one that
6
where
years
it had
old.
the thing around it.
Well, I have a vision that goes back to when I was 5 and 6 years old. It was a dream that came to me 2 Christmas Eves in a row. And there was a pulsating, I was walking a tightrope, and there was fire on either end of the tightrope. And underneath the tightrope were serpents and, you know, snakes of all different kinds. And, you know, and I was walking towards the light, towards one end, you know, from one end of the tightrope to the other, you know, and I could see fire blazing at both ends. And then all of a sudden, a real huge bright light pulsating at the end of the tightrope. I had fallen off that tightrope twice. Okay, in the duration of what I considered a nightmare as a little girl, but it was really a vision, and it represented somewhat my life's journey. I came full circle on that.
How old were you when you had those dreams?
5 and 6.
Wow.
5
Was the
and
light
6.
around you, like, was it the light that was around you, was it also kind of like hazy, like staticky?
Well, no, I'm not. There's times I've seen my spirit. In a few different. There's times I've seen my spirit in a few different beings. Okay, as in it wasn't always human. You know, that's
Yes.
not a good thing. Yeah, but I, you know, yeah, it just has to, it just goes with part of my heritage. My father was a half blood, and it's part of a vision and a journey. Falling off the tightrope twice was basically walking through the fire for Creator, and yes, you have to walk through the depths of hell. Okay, and you might battle every creature of hell and every being and every paranormal boogeyman you can possibly think about. And you know, and you get back up on the tightrope, your top side. Indigenous peoples know what top side means. Okay, there's people that walk with 2 shadows, means they straddle both sides of each, they straddle 2 different dimensions. So if you walk fully top side, then yes, you're walking a top side earth, but your spirit is solidly a top side earth. You're not busy going back and forth between dimensions. And there are times in life where I just considered it part of the training of Creator to be thrown down into the depths and different dimensions and battle your way out, and not necessarily by way of the Holy Spirit, but, you know, to battle naked means you battle without the Holy Spirit help, without the help of the Holy Spirit. Okay, and that is raw, blind faith. That is sheer human determination. That is knowing that you don't want to fall to what is dark or evil. Okay, and you know you're in the presence of many you are battling, and you might battle your way back up the top side. And yes, folks, some people visit other dimensions and they don't ever come back fully topside. Even though their physical being is walking topside, their mind and their thoughts and their energy is still divided between a dimension. And yes, it can cause insanity. It can cause a person to walk in hell for all the days of their life. You know, so there's good medicine and there's dark medicine, depending on what people choose to use. It's always choice. But the vision in itself was indicative of me having to battle through the depths of hell twice in life, through different soul searching journeys. Okay, to where Creator was testing me. And I sure knew he came to my rescue eventually.
I believe
What do you
that
say,
too. I've
Stevie?
had
I got a
quite
question.
a few near-death experiences, and I know that I know God was with me because I couldn't have got myself out of any of that, just myself. So. Go ahead, Stevie.
I'm sorry. I keep jumping in and interrupting everybody. I just said I have a question for Miss Pearls over there. In all honesty, why do you not have your own channel? You have so many stories and so many good things to say. People need to hear you. They need to hear you. You need a show. You need a channel.
Oh, it's probably just because I
You've
get
been around long enough. There's no excuse. And I say that with every bit of respect I have. Seriously, your words need to be out there. People need to hear. There's somebody out there that will benefit from everything you have to say.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel.
Stevie, if it was up to me, I'd have you and Moggs and Iron Dog on every night. I'd want to see you every night. Every night, okay?
The Hollywood Squares.
I get tired of me every night.
Yeah, I probably would too.
Thanks.
Yeah, I've had a colorful life, no doubt. You know, I spent a lot of time healing from a lot of things that I've endured in life, and what does just makes you stronger, doesn't it? Nature.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can take it and go with it and learn from it and move on, or what's the alternative? What is the alternative? It's
as
just
I
not
was
good.
battling in the depths of hell, and I'm talking battling things like gargoyles, okay? I mean, I had to battle things like that,
I've seen those black shadow, weird-looking things too, so you're not alone on there.
Shadow people or whatever they call them, they're freaky. They freak me out.
Yeah,
that's one of the few things that does freak me out, because they're one second, go on the next, and it's like, and it always seems to creep. So to me, something creeping is up to no good.
Stand behind me.
That's how I feel.
I tell people, don't stand behind me, because if I don't know you're behind me, it's going to freak me out, because it's just because of stuff that I've experienced, and I don't like people. I'm like, please don't do it. I get so startled for some reason if I turn around and someone's just standing
but it's from my sister.
Too.
My sister ruined me when I was a little girl.
This is like I'll get involved in it would happen to me at work all the time. I'm power washing a vehicle. I'm concentrating on that, and sure as shit, somebody walks up behind me, and they laugh their asses off because I jump out of my skin.
Me too. I was starting to say my sister ruined it for me when I was little. I was probably 6, 7, 8 years old, somewhere around that time. We shared a bedroom, and my mother would always make me go to bed early because, I was the youngest. Older sister got to stay up at least an hour later. So she'd come in, tuck me in, say goodnight, leave, turn the light off. I'd hear the door shut. And right beside my bed was my closet. When I was just about facing the closet, I was just about knocked out, on that verge of half in the dream world, half still awake a little bit. My sister jumps out of the closet and has a clown mask on, and so I truly believe that that's why I startle early, easy all the time. Somebody can come up to me and like Moog said, you can be concentrating on something. What's that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I wish I had a sister, but if I did, I would want it to be her that startled me. No. The reason I am the way I am is me, my cousin Shelly, my cousin Stacy, our friend Regina. We were all staying at my aunt's house, which is Shelly's mama, and they made all us girls sleep in the same bed one night. And we woke up we all woke up at the same time in the middle of the night. And at the end of the bed were these beings that were standing there looking at us. We could see their eyes, and we were so scared. There was a bright light above the window, and these things were at the end of the bed, and we didn't know what to do. All of us girls just grabbed the blankets and covered ourselves up, and it was so scary.
Blanket shield.
So It
It's
was.
amazing how
I
that's
don't
so
know if it was
protecting.
UFO. We don't even know what it was. We just know it was these beings that were at the end of the bed. It was not no one putting a joke on us, but there was a lot of crazy stuff that did happen, goings ons around that house because of my aunt, uncle, their beliefs and stuff. And my aunt's husband, my uncle, was my grandmother's nephew at one point, and his mother was a witch.
Oh, fun.
And she had been in the house a few times. So there's stories there. But I'm thinking now that I'm grown and I have had a UFO experience, I think it was UFO related.
Well, I don't doubt that. I mean, I've seen some aliens before too, and they were really ugly. And I might can draw them, but I don't know what to call them. Okay, I can call them reptilians. Okay, they're quite similar, but they didn't have natural feet. You know, it was almost like hooves.
No, these things were 4 foot tall. They were like really small. So 3 foot, 4 foot.
I saw huge ones. Okay. They were huge. They scared me. It was a whole journey. There's a whole bunch of what I just won't talk about. I still have a hard time talking about to this day. You know, yeah. Some of the things that they were capable of doing to me, and take places that they could take me, and you know, I mean, it was a hard battle. That battle I talked about went on for almost 7 years nonstop. It wasn't like it was it was 7 years nonstop of it. And now, can you imagine trying to cook and clean and maintain normal life, and you're not crazy and you're not insane, but you're seeing all kinds of creatures around you and coming to attack you, and you know, I mean, it's comparable to a demonic attack of a bunch of demons, but it's a little bit different because they're shapeshifters too, you know. You know, and so you never knew what to expect and what was going to come at you. And imagine, okay, you're trying to make bacon and eggs and sausage and get your kid off to school while you're at it. Okay, yeah.
Because those things that were, or whatever they were, beings, UFOs, whatever you want to call them, that were at the end of the bed, that they were there and then they weren't there. They didn't, you know, where did they go? Like, we didn't see them crawl out the window or open a door and leave out the door. When they were gone, they were just gone.
And you knew they weren't a ghost. You knew they weren't a ghost.
Yeah, they weren't ghosts. They were actual physical.
You know, most times when you talk to a ghost, they disappear. Okay, rarely do they interact with you, unless of course
we did cover our heads up though with blankets, and when we put our head over the blanket, they were gone. So I don't know, but there was some weird stuff going on when. And I have, and the good thing about it happening the way it did was I have 3 other witnesses that collaborate. She's not lying. She's not crazy. She's telling the truth.
What's going on behind you, Moog? You hear noises?
It's very difficult to find your balance, your mental balance, and to be able to put your spiritual mind and body back on an even topside plane after you've been jerked around in a few different dimensions and been visited by things that don't live in this dimension. You know?
Well, that's a good thing about having my sister there with me growing up, that any weird shit that we saw, it was always together. It was always related in some way. We bounced off of each other.
If you make it through it, you end up with a lot stronger of a mind, and you'll do something that's almost comparable to what Squatchers are doing. You will learn to debunk everything. You will learn to by process of elimination, to rule out any other possibility of, you know.
Even the most ridiculous sounding, and you're running it through your mind, you know, you still run it through.
Even in your physical dimension, your body and your electromagnetism, your faith, your belief, your heart, mind, body, and soul are still more powerful than anything that walks the other side in other dimensions. Unless it's a good and righteous angel that can strike down evil. Okay, you know, we humans are very powerful. You know, all of us. And we have the ability to fend off all of that comes at us instead of being frightened of it. But you know, it would really take going through a lot of it to be able to find the balance in your mind. You know, I mean, it's very traumatic. And so I guess people that have traumatic experiences, yeah, it takes years to go back, look at it, and weigh the points, you know, and dissect it.
Well, I still have things that have happened to me when I was a child, and just recently, a month, 2, 3 ago, something will click, and I'm like, oh, that's what that meant, you know. I mean, there's things that, yeah, or that I'll remember out of nowhere, and like, oh yeah, that's yeah. It's just, you know, some things you can hold on to, and some things you just don't, and you don't even realize it sometimes. You know?
Right. And some things we bury so deep in ourselves that, you know, even my first Sasquatch encounter, okay, I buried that so far in myself throughout most of life that every time I go to talking about it, I find some way to put humor in it because it's still hard for me to tolerate. In my own mind, it's still hard.
It's the humor is a protection. It's a defense mechanism.
It's a deflection of what's going on.
Exactly.
And then I love it. I'll laugh.
Okay.
What's that?
Nature, did you freeze up? Can you hear us?
No. Yeah, I can hear you. I was just listening to you guys and coloring my little tree.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
All right.
I colored this side yesterday. Leaves, trees, like kind of. That's what I do. I just do art, or if I don't feel like drawing, I just get these little adult coloring book thingies and I color the pictures. I'm like a little kid in kindergarten sometimes.
That's what I did for Mom's.
It's good for you, though.
Yeah, it is. It actually really is. It takes your mind off of things.
Yeah, but it also helps your mind too.
Yeah,
it's funny that you brought up art because she's.
You're drawing.
Stevie just asked what I was looking at.
Oh.
And I think somebody Soul Hiker, pick a month.
July.
Juvember.
All right.
That's because my birthday's in July.
All right. How about this is July, so we got 3 subjects. 1 through 3, Stevie.
2.
Okay, so that's the middle guy. Oh, he's a scrawny one, but that'll be the next.
Oh, that's cool.
This one.
You should do 1.
All right, so we'll pick one of those guys out of July. And I'm not going to do the whole thing. Usually with animals, like I'll just do like the head and right on. I wanted to find a new subject.
Professional coloring though, like you do. Well, I can sketch, but when I color, I do it professional. Like it takes a long time to do a picture. I use those Prisma Premier pencils because those are the ones that blend real good. And you can only do animals with those because you got to get the hair. The hair has to be, you want it to look realistic, And I'm trying to. Let me see if I can grab this. Hold on. This is I sometimes I do a printout and I color them.
House chat. I can't see it. It's killing me. I can't see it.
Yeah.
And everybody's probably like, look at her big butt. I know everybody can see my big butt. This is I did a parrot. It's one of those. It's You can get these. They're like for shading. They're already pre-printed for shading, but you got to color them.
Right on.
That's pretty cool.
And it's really good therapy to color too, you know.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, anything like that. Sudoku and all that. That's awesome.
I colored for 3 months when I was in the hospital. I had a friend of mine brought me a big case of pencils and a bunch of coloring books, and I went to town. I never did it before that, but yeah, I love it. I'm hooked. Haven't done it in a while, but
I got to get back to doing things like Sudoku and word finds and stuff, because it sharpens your mind so much.
Words with friends.
I forget why I go into the bathroom some days.
Mox, I'll send you a Scrabble link to play Scrabble with me online.
I play Scrabble. You play Scrabble?
I have that.
Yeah, I play Scrabble.
I play with my daughter. I'm on there all the time. Words with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I would have like 4 games going at once.
You get hooked on it. You want to play everybody eventually.
Yeah.
You can't add any more.
And we're spelling words with X and Y and Z we never use.
I did a painting. It's called dot art or multimedia art, and you do like dot art. And I made a flower.
That's cool. That's very cool.
I
don't have the patience for that. Well, like the
I've actually seen that, but I didn't look into it too much. I saw the dot art work. It's kind of, I think it's like the next big, they did adult coloring books. So, yeah, something, but like she said, it's
I
dot
have
art.
a funny story about drawing and coloring. I told you last night, Mox, that, the Tuesday, I told you I draw like a first grader. Oh, that's beautiful, nature.
Oh, look at that. I like the colors.
Very nice.
I was so bored. I was laid over at a bus station, and it was in Arkansas, and I mean it was it was like a one-horse town. Might have one post office, one little laundromat, bus station. The bus station was a laundromat, and I was laid over there for like 4 hours, and all it was just a few washers and dryers, maybe 2 washers, 2 dryers, and a wall that it wasn't sheetrock, it was something else. And yes, people had already been putting graffiti on the wall, and I literally drew a flower that expanded like the one she's got right there. She's coloring that she's showing, that nature's showing right now. I drew a flower like that all over a bus stop, a bus station wall. Yeah, I was so bored. I was in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And I had magic markers, and oh yes, I drew a wonderful picture over the top of all that graffiti. Yeah, colored it in.
And thus began the life of crime.
Yeah. Did you sign it? Did you sign it at least? Did you sign the wall when you were done?
Well, no. Well, of course, with my nickname, you bet.
Hey, Juanita, and that's right. That's Juanita just hit that on the nail.
Mandela,
yeah.
And I did this.
Mandela. Yes, the Mandela.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I couldn't think of. I couldn't think of the name, and that's
Mandela.
Yeah.
Names with me, forget it.
And it was just the best contribution to graffiti I could give to the place after all of what I'd read on the wall.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's still there.
I don't have it available right now. It's in the other room.
I didn't write what was all over the wall, okay?
Rex said, Moog, show the owl drawing, but it's in the other room right now.
I drew a nice picture around it, though. You see a coat of paint, little color brightens everything up, huh?
So these guys are talking about eating snails in chat.
No,
Snails, no.
no escargot for moi.
Never had it. Know people that love it. Love it. But no, can't do it.
No.
About frog legs?
I would if no, I would if it was in a survival. Like I have the wisdom up here of bushcrafting and also survival. So, I mean,
yeah, if you're in that situation, I'm not opposed to eating escargot. Then,
no, I'd
you'd
eat
have
it.
to.
If I don't,
you'd have to. But if I have a choice right now, no.
I eat shit if you put sugar on it.
Right.
No.
Yeah, cover them in chocolate.
Now, cowboy, I did hop trains when I was young, but no, I never got the opportunity to have all the spray cans I needed.
Man, it is pouring down raining over here.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, I got my earbuds in, but I'm surprised you can't hear it in the background. I was wondering if anybody's going to say anything.
But gosh, the humidity's grueling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the sun blazing. It's not so bad in the shade. It's really not, because you get that breeze, especially in the afternoon. But that sun will beat you down every time.
Earlier, someone in chat asked if you would share some of your experiences with them in chat. And it was earlier. And I think Mox did put it up on the screen, but we were busy.
It might have been when I accidentally hit the red button.
Yeah, it was just before. Yeah, they wanted you to share, then you clocked out on us now.
I ran. I know the deal. Time to go. No, I'm just kidding. Most of my stuff is paranormal from a little kid, from very young age. Me, my sister, my mom, we can talk stories for days. Just the crazy stuff that I grew up with and around, and dreams that I've had and experiences I've had. And that's what I was saying earlier. The funny thing is, I think back on it now, growing up until I was an adult and on my own, I always had somebody with me whenever something was going on, so I knew I wasn't crazy. Where'd everybody go? They ran. Look, I started talking, they run. That's messed up.
Pearl's back.
Excuse me. You get me talking and you run. Where'd you go?
I was intently listening. I had to go grab my battery charger because my battery.
I looked up and both you ladies was gone. I said, "Wow."
Oh, she wasn't
gone. Stop talking. I know. I'm playing.
Intently listening, Stevie. Stevie, we don't get to see enough of you, and so when you do pop in, we want to hear everything you have to say.
And that's so flattering.
You're just gonna have to pop in more.
That's right.
That is so nice of you to say. I hate compliments because I feel so awkward, I'm like,
smile and wave.
Thank you. Right. Thank you. Though it's definitely appreciated. Yeah, I work a lot, and that's not an excuse, but I work a lot, and then I'm just wore out, tired from the day. That's kind of where I've been. I jump on when I can, and most of the time I just miss the show. Just missed it. I'll wake up, because I'll go to sleep so early. Once I get home from work, I'll crash and then, set an alarm, don't even hear it,
So
and then I'll wake up and it's like, 20 minutes ago the show ended. I'm like, son of a, I do try, but I watch them all.
You just need to meet up with Moggs for a Saturday.
He's too far away from me.
It is. How far are you?
That's a long drive.
Well, where are you in comparison to him? I mean,
on the other side of the state. No, I'm in Central Florida, just outside of Orlando.
Okay.
Just outside. I mean, like 15 minutes, maybe 10 miles.
Yeah, it's probably a 4-hour drive.
It is. Yeah, it's about a 4-hour drive. What's that? I didn't hear you.
My
I'm
son's
sorry.
just outside of Orlando, or he's an Orlando address, but it's called Altamonte or something like that.
Altamont
Springs.
Yep. A
That's
little familiar with that.
That's where
Been there a
my
few
son is
times.
stationed.
I've been there a few times. That's cool though.
I just got back from there like 3 months ago.
What branch is he in? I don't think
what? Oh, Army.
What branch is he in? Army, yeah. What does he do for the Army or in the Army? Should I say?
He's a recruiter. He was human
cool.
resources and now he's a recruiter. Yeah.
That's cool.
He did human resources in Korea and in Japan. And
well, thank you for his service.
Yeah.
I was in the Army myself for just under 8 years.
Thank you for your service. My daughter was in.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, my daughter was in, and then she met her husband and she had the baby.
I was a cook, or as they call it, food service specialist was my title.
Oh,
Mess
cool.
management.
Yeah.
My daughter was a human intelligence collector.
Oh wow, that's very cool.
Interrogator.
I bet she's got some stories, huh?
I was like, wait a minute.
No, she didn't get a chance to do anything really with that. She ended up getting married and wanted to have a baby, so that's what she's doing now. She's staying home with the baby right now.
Well, that's cool too. I had 4 babies. 2 of them, I was in the Army when I had them.
Wow.
All girls, grown. That's how I'm just old. They're all grown, gone out of the house.
Empty nest syndrome going on.
Yep.
I know. I have.
But I don't see her. I hardly see her.
She works tonight. Hold on a second. Wait, I don't have my phone with me. I can't check Messenger. Sorry, buddy.
That's fine. Yeah, they're all coming next week for vacation, and they're taking me to Big Kahuna's in Destin, and I'm going to cook for them. And I haven't had all my children together. It's been 3 or 4 years, and I'll have my daughter, my son-in-law, my daughter-in-law, my grandson, and all at the same time. It's going to be nice.
That's got to be so exciting for you. I know. You can't take for granted.
Considering
what am I going to cook?
Considering you couldn't spend time with your families for the past.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love hearing that. I'm happy for you.
Absolutely. Where are we at? Jeez. We got like 3 minutes left. Holy crap.
And my children.
Wow.
Sleepy, yeah.
Have, my children think, I'm a little weird too. They've never had any weird experiences like that as far as Bigfoot. But my daughter doesn't think I'm completely weird. She has had a lot of paranormal experiences. There was a couple of times in my life we were separated, and she said this thing would come sit on her bed at night to keep her company. And one time when we were separated from each other, he came and would stay with her. This being would stay with her until I got back.
Oh, wow.
It was a spiritual being, she said. It was her. She said he was watching over her, and I said it was a guardian angel.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I think. Yeah.
No, that's okay.
Well, ladies, I am going to call it an evening. It's 2 hours. I can't thank you guys enough. Stevie, I'm so glad you hopped on.
I thought I'd surprise you. You probably thought I was asleep. I heard you last show. You called me out for being asleep, waking me up.
I know you wanted to be there.
Thank you for trying. I do appreciate it.
So, Hiker, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure, and it's always fun.
Keep it up.
This is the first time I've been on any live on YouTube ever. So you're like number one.
That's cool.
That's awesome. You did amazing.
And you did it here. That's cool.
And I'm not even embarrassed. I'm all like whatever.
please. Come
You look
on.
great. But thank you for that.
But maybe
It was
maybe
nice
the next
nice
time
to
I get
meet you,
a chance,
Miss.
I
All right,
can
one
go
at a
Rachel.
time.
more
I'm gonna.
into detail.
So,
Ow.
Stevie, stay there. Don't leave.
Okay.
So, Iker, I'm gonna pop you backstage. If you want to say goodnight to chat, now's the time.
Okay, good night, you guys. And maybe one time I can tell you about my UFO abduction experience.
Absolutely.
And you guys
Do
have
that.
a good night. And this was
All right.
an awesome experience for me to be able to do this. And
I'm glad
I
you
love
enjoyed
you
it.
guys already.
All right.
Love you guys already. Y'all have a good night.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Lots
Who
of
did I just get rid of? I got rid of Stevie instead of.
Yeah. See, kicking
I'm
me
all
out.
over the place.
All right,
right?
keep on going, Stevie. And Stevie, next time, don't dare me now. Just pop on in.
Well, now I know what to do.
Okay, we got.
I'm glad you came on. I'm glad you came on. It was cool. I enjoy talking to you. You know, I like watching your show when you jumped on last time. I watched you, and I like talking to you. So I
It's 2 days
figured.
ago.
But yeah, I'm glad you came on, and I was going to keep my word. I always do. So thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Everybody, and thanks to all y'all down in chat. I hadn't been able to read chat while I'm up here, and thanks for all the well wishes and the warm hellos, and love to y'all. Really mean it. Y'all just keep safe, keep coming back. Y'all do like nature did tonight. Buck up and come on in. That's awesome. I'm proud of.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
First time.
I love that. I love seeing that because I mean we're a community and we're friends, and you get to the point where you've done this for so long, you almost feel like it's your family. And to see everybody and put a name to the face, it's the best thing in the world.
And we all spend more time here than we do with our families.
Exactly.
I don't care. It's hard for me to be on cam. I still get incredibly nervous.
Oh, I'm nervous as hell all the time. I am not one.
Let me address this. Wait, I will. I don't have my phone with me right now. That's one thing. For some reason, I came in here without my phone.
Well, it's from Whit Helton. And
did you write it?
Check the messenger.
She just embedded it in her brain. She won't forget.
Yeah, I'll check it, dude. Just not live.
I love y'all. Thanks for the time you give me and the smiles and the love.
Of course.
Love y'all. And
thank you.
Keep in touch, Stevie. We gotta hear from you, okay?
Yeah, I'm always there somewhere, but yes, I will try to make it a little more than I have been. Thank you for that.
I bid y'all adieu.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks, Stevie. I'm so glad
you're so welcome. You're so welcome. I wish I'd have gotten there. Well, wish I'd have gotten there the first half hour, but I was stuck putting groceries away, and it's hot in Florida. You can't put the freezer stuff and leave it out,
Yeah, I live here, remember?
I live. You haven't felt the heat yet. You haven't felt the heat yet. Not yet. It's coming, though. It's coming pretty quick, actually.
I felt heat.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. Sorry, I kicked myself. I seem to do that every show. Every time I get on a show, I somehow end up backing myself out. So I'm doing something stupid, but I'll get the hang of this eventually.
That's why I tell people, if I disappear, just wait. I'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah, when I did that, it backed me all the way out. I was off the internet. I was like, whoa. Okay.
All right.
Have a good night, everybody in chat. Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stevie. I'm going to put you backstage. If you want to hang out, it's up to you.
All right.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Wow. That turned into an interesting evening. Thank you so much, everybody. Nature, Dusty Data. That was cool. Everybody that showed up today in chat. Oh, I can take these off. I hate these fucking things. They actually hurt my ears. everybody that showed up tonight and joined us in chat, and those who didn't join us in chat and just watch the show. Thank you so much, everybody that joined and hopped on with me. That's what it's about, guys. People coming on for the first time. That's awesome. Facing their fears. I mean, it is nerve-wracking. It can be, but I try to make it comfortable for you guys. So hopefully, you see she survived, and you will too if you guys so get the urge to hop on. Wait, I will check that as soon as I hop off the air. I will grab my phone. If you had wanted me to check it during the live, sorry, buddy. T-shirt mugs. I have to look into T-shirts. Big Rob, thanks for posting that. Dusty Data's channel is there. Again, guys, thank you so much for coming to hang out tonight, and I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys. Well, here we'll be here Tuesday, but I'm fucking whore. I'm all over YouTube now. I'll see you in other chats. But until then, you guys, be safe out there, and I will see you then. All right. Peace and God bless, guys.